What if the world as we know it suddenly changed and we found ourselves in a survival situation? Would you be ready? Welcome to the world of prepping, a lifestyle choice that's all about readiness, resilience, and resourcefulness. So, what does it mean to prep? Well, at its core, prepping is about preparing for potential future disasters or emergencies. It's about having a plan, having the necessary supplies, and having the skills to survive when the chips are down. There are as many reasons to prep as there are preppers. Some people do it because they live in areas prone to natural disasters like hurricanes, earthquakes, or wildfires. Others do it out of concern for societal disruptions, such as economic collapse or civil unrest. And still, others do it simply because they enjoy the self-sufficiency and independence that comes with prepping. Different preppers focus on different aspects of readiness. Some concentrate on stockpiling supplies like food, water, and medical items. Others invest time and energy into learning survival skills, such as how to build a fire, purify water, or administer first aid. And then there are those who aim for complete self-sufficiency, growing their own food, generating their own power, and even providing their own healthcare. But prepping isn't just about surviving disasters, it's also about thriving in the aftermath. That's why many preppers also focus on rebuilding skills like carpentry, farming, and even leadership. After all, survival is only the first step. The ultimate goal is to rebuild and create a sustainable future. So, prepping is about more than just hoarding cans of beans in a bunker. It's about cultivating a mindset of readiness, resilience, and resourcefulness. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about taking control of your own destiny and not just leaving it to chance. So, prepping is about being prepared for the unexpected, but is it all just paranoia, or does it have real benefits? We'll explore this and more in the next part of our series. Stay tuned. So what's the upside of being a prepper? Why bother with all the planning and stocking up? Well, let's dive into the benefits of prepping, the reasons why it's a lifestyle choice that's gaining momentum around the world. Think of it as an insurance policy. You wouldn't drive your car without insurance, right? In the same vein, prepping is like insurance for life's unforeseen circumstances. One of the most significant advantages of prepping is the peace of mind it brings. Knowing that you're ready for whatever life throws your way can be incredibly comforting. There's a sense of security in knowing that if a disaster were to strike, you'd be able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. You wouldn't be left scrambling, wondering what to do next. Another noteworthy benefit is the sense of self-reliance it fosters. There's something empowering about knowing that you can rely on your skills and resources. Prepping encourages you to learn new skills, from basic first aid to wilderness survival, and everything in between. It's about more than just stocking up on canned goods and bottled water. It's about building a skill set that can serve you in any situation. Moreover, prepping is not just about individual survival. It can also have a significant impact on communities. In times of crisis, well-prepared individuals can help support their neighbors and broader communities. They can share their knowledge, skills, and resources, making the entire community more resilient in the face of adversity. In addition, prepping can also lead to a more sustainable lifestyle. Many preppers grow their own food, recycle, and use renewable energy sources. These practices are not only good for the environment, but they also foster a sense of connection with nature and promote healthier living. So, from peace of mind to self-reliance, community resilience, and sustainability, the pros of prepping are indisputable. It's about more than just preparing for the worst, it's about equipping yourself for life. Clearly there are many compelling reasons to consider prepping, but it's not all sunshine and roses. While there are many benefits to prepping, it's only fair to consider the downsides. What are the cons of being a prepper? Firstly, prepping can be a significant financial investment. You're not just buying a flashlight and a tin of beans. You're often investing in long-term storage food, water purifiers, first aid supplies, alternative power sources, and the list goes on. While each of these purchases in isolation might not break the bank, collectively, they can add up to a substantial sum. For many, this can lead to financial strain, especially if you're prepping for scenarios that may never come to fruition. Secondly, prepping can be time-consuming. Researching the best gear, learning survival skills, planning for different disaster scenarios, and maintaining your supplies can eat up a lot of your time. In our busy lives, this can mean less time spent with family and friends, less time for hobbies, or even less time for rest and relaxation. Furthermore, there's the potential for anxiety. Being prepared means being aware of the potential disasters that could occur, and this awareness can lead to increased anxiety and stress. While it's beneficial to be alert and ready for possible emergencies, Constantly thinking about what could go wrong can take a toll on your mental health. Lastly, there's a risk of becoming too disaster-focused. Some preppers fall into the trap of becoming so fixated on potential catastrophes that they forget to enjoy the present. Life is meant to be lived, not just prepared for. It's essential to strike a balance between being ready for the future and relishing the now. In conclusion, prepping isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It requires financial investment, time, and can lead to increased anxiety and a skewed focus on potential disasters. However, this doesn't mean that prepping is intrinsically bad or wrong. It's simply a lifestyle choice that, like all choices, comes with its own set of challenges and drawbacks. So, like anything in life, prepping has its pros and cons. It's up to each individual to weigh these and make an informed decision. Is there a middle ground when it comes to prepping? Can we be prepared without becoming consumed by fear or paranoia? The answer is a resounding yes. Prepping doesn't have to be an exercise in extreme survivalism. It's not about building a bunker in your backyard or stockpiling a decade's worth of canned goods. No, prepping in moderation is about being ready for the likely disruptions that could happen in your life. Think about it as a form of insurance. You have car insurance, not because you plan on being in a car accident every day, but because if it does happen, you want to be covered. The same principle applies to prepping. When prepping in moderation, focus on the basics. Have enough food and water to last you and your family for at least 3 days. This is a common recommendation because most emergencies are resolved within that time frame. Next, consider your energy needs. Do you have a way to cook your food or keep warm if the power goes out? A portable gas stove or a good stock of blankets can go a long way. Don't forget about medical supplies. A well-stocked first aid kit can be a lifesaver in an emergency. And if you or a family member takes prescription medication, it's a good idea to have an extra supply on hand. And finally, communication. In the digital age, we're so used to having information at our fingertips. But what happens if the internet goes down or your phone dies? Having a plan for staying informed and reaching out to others is crucial. Now, it's easy to get carried away with prepping. There's always one more gadget to buy, one more skill to learn. But remember, the goal is not to live in a state of constant fear, but to feel more secure knowing you're ready for whatever life throws your way. So, take it step by step. Start with the basics and build from there. And remember, prepping is a journey, not a destination. You don't have to do it all at once. Prepping doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing endeavor. With careful planning and a balanced approach, it can be a sensible part of anyone's lifestyle. So, we've covered a lot of ground today. What are the key takeaways when it comes to prepping? Firstly, we delved into the art of prepping. We discovered that prepping isn't just about hoarding supplies. It's about planning, strategizing, and preparing for potential scenarios that could disrupt our usual way of life. It's about having the knowledge and skills to navigate unexpected situations, from natural disasters to financial crises. We then explored the pros of prepping. Prepping gives us a sense of control over unpredictable situations. It promotes self-sufficiency, resilience, and adaptability. It helps us to be ready for anything, allowing us to respond to emergencies more effectively and recover more quickly. However, we also looked at the darker side, the cons of prepping. Prepping can be time-consuming, expensive, and even a bit isolating. It can lead to anxiety, as we can become overly focused on potential dangers and worst-case scenarios. And there's also the risk of going overboard, of becoming too dependent on our preps and losing touch with the world around us. This led us into our discussion about prepping in moderation. It's important to strike a balance between being prepared and living our lives to the fullest. We shouldn't let our preps control us. Instead, we should use them as tools to enhance our lives. We need to prep wisely, choosing supplies and skills that will truly benefit us, and avoiding the pitfalls of hoarding or obsessing over unlikely scenarios. In conclusion, prepping is not about succumbing to fear or paranoia. It's about being proactive, about equipping ourselves to handle life's challenges with grace and fortitude. It's about planning for the worst, while hoping for the best. It's about fostering a sense of security, not just for ourselves, but for our loved ones as well. Remember, the goal of prepping isn't to live in fear, but to live with confidence, knowing you're prepared for whatever life throws your way.